Craig Jones' grappling tournament, the CJI, hit 3 million views in 2 days. Mike Perry's Dirty Boxing pulled 400,000 views on YouTube. On the same weekend, KSI's Misfits card, with former UFC guys like Darren Till, Luke Rockhold, and Tony Ferguson, generated millions of views per fight. And these aren't UFC numbers, I understand, but here's the kicker: they are not working with UFC budgets either. And more importantly, they cracked the code that traditional promotions are completely missing. In this video, let me break down what actually happened on the weekend with these promotions and their events, because this wasn't just 3 random fight events. This was an important stage in modern promotion. Friday, Dirty Boxing. Mike Perry as the face, small gloves, raw energy, former UFC guys like Rosenstruck and Brian Battle, who literally got signed 1 day after the UFC release. Then on Saturday, we had Misfits Boxing with KSI. Influencer boxing featuring former UFC stars Tony Ferguson, Luke Rockhold, Darren Till, bringing their huge built-in audience. And Saturday and Sunday, Craig Jones Invitational. Elite BJJ and grappling with Craig Jones himself fighting former UFC veteran Chael Sonnen. Notice the pattern? Every single event leveraged former UFC fighters. But here's what's brilliant. They're not trying to replace the UFC. They're building complementary businesses that benefit from the massive combat sports audience the UFC created. I've been in this business long enough to know why most fight promotions fail. Usually, it's because they try to copy the UFC's model without the UFC's resources. These events did something completely different. They put authentic personalities at the center of the brands. Let me tell you a story from when I was building Karate Combat. We had incredible fighters, legitimate world-class athletes, but we had a problem. Nobody knew who they were. I realized we needed household names, people the audience already knew and respected. I picked up the phone and called GSP's manager, and I said, like, GSP's a karate guy, we would love to have him on the board. Then got Stephen Thompson on the board. And then brought in Lyoto Machida, not as fighters, but as ambassadors, as faces of the league. We also worked together with influencers, with creators. We worked with Jesse Enkamp, the biggest karate YouTuber, and a friend of mine who helped massively to showcase Karate Combat to his own audience. And suddenly, we had credibility and built-in audiences. That's why when we launched Dirty Boxing, we knew we needed Mike Perry to be the co-owner from day one. And right now, I'm working with a UK-based fight promotion, Total Combat, where I was a huge proponent of partnering with Michael Venom Page. We did this because this formula just works. Craig Jones spent 6 months promoting his event with genuine humor, zero corporate filter, and content that people actually wanted to watch. When he trash talks, you believe it's real. KSI, he has a massive audience and he leverages it. He leverages his network while understanding traditional combat sports promotion better than most boxing promoters. And then again, Mike Perry brings in that unfiltered, chaotic energy that you just cannot manufacture in a boardroom. This isn't about new celebrity boxing nonsense. This is celebrity-driven promotion where the personalities understand both content creation and the fight game. But here's what separated the winners from the wannabes. It wasn't just about the events. The real masterclass was in the build-up. As I said, Craig Jones turned his 6-month promotion into entertainment itself. Every social media post, every call-out, every piece of content built genuine anticipation towards ticket sales and towards people tuning in for the stream. Same with Misfits. They combined influencer marketing with traditional boxing tactics, the proper press conferences, compelling matchmaking, and storylines that made sense. Compare that to some regional promotions I work with that think that posting a fight poster 2 weeks before the event is marketing. No, that's not how it works. Each promotion optimized for their actual distribution method. So the promotions I mentioned, each of them optimized for their actual distribution instead of copying what they think they should be doing. So CJI was built for YouTube. Free stream, coaches pit side, raw commentary, immediate audience feedback. When fights got boring on day one, they changed the rules and added submission bonuses on the fly. That's basically the internet speed business. For Misfits, they created a high production value product for the zone, and they got big deals and major brand partnerships. As for Dirty Boxing, they focused on an intimate venue in Miami that created genuine atmosphere and sell out consistently. The UFC tries to be everything to everyone when it comes to MMA, but these guys picked their lane and dominated it. Let's talk about how celebrity magnetism is in action. Here's what blew my mind about the celebrity-driven promotion. Authentic personalities create gravitational pull for other celebrities. So when we had John Jones show up to our Dirty Boxing event, suddenly every influencer in Miami with millions of followers wanted to attend just to be near him. At CJI, you saw Mighty Mouse, Sugar Sean O'Malley, and other big names showing up because Craig Jones is genuinely someone people want to be around. It's not about paying for celebrity appearances. It's about being interesting enough that celebrities want to be associated with your brand. That's marketing money can't buy. Here's the part that matters for anyone building anything. These aren't vanity projects burning money. Dirty Boxing is selling out venues and adding more sponsors with each event. Misfits has streaming deals plus partnerships with Stake.com and Prime Energy. CJI, despite Craig saying he'd lose money, clearly had a budget for substantial submission bonuses and sold out both days. The key insight: when you match your production costs to your actual revenue model instead of trying to copy bigger promotions, then math actually works. Each use different talent pools strategically. CJI, elite grapplers plus compelling storylines. Dirty Boxing, second-tier MMA guys with strategic UFC names for credibility. And for Misfits, influencers mixed with former UFC fighters who still have audiences. They understood something crucial. Former UFC fighters bring built-in audiences and combat sports credibility. But you need to give fans something they can get from the UFC itself. This isn't just about fight sports. This is about how every entertainment business needs to operate now. Traditional promotions are trying to be ESPN when their audience lives on YouTube and TikTok. They are creating corporate content when people are starving for authenticity. They are moving at corporate speed when their competition is adapting overnight. The fight game is teaching us that personality-driven brands that understand modern content distribution are crushing traditional corporate approaches. And this is just the beginning. If you want to understand how modern businesses are winning with authentic, celebrity-driven strategies, I break down examples like this every week in my newsletter. Link in the description, it's free and you'll get insights you won't find anywhere else. If this analysis, or whatever you call it, is valuable for you, smash the subscribe button because I'm analyzing how the fight business is changing every single week. The game is evolving fast and the promoters who understand this new model are the ones who'll survive. What industry do you think needs this kind of disruption next? Let me know in the comments. Check out my video on how the UFC is making so much money. I break down exactly how they became a billion-dollar media machine and what that means for everyone else trying to build in this space.